Hi, this is King David Live Music, and this whole week we're going to be working on one track. We're going to talk about the different elements of this track. Of course, this is for Guardiac.com and BEATCLASS.com, music production taught the right way. In other words, it's not just software, and it's not a lot of mumbo jumbo, but it's very straightforward music production techniques to become a complete music producer. In other words, we deal with vocals, we deal with software, we deal with playing keyboards, so you physically see my hands on the keyboard, not just a mouse on the screen on the software. And we're dealing with complex music, so these are for producers who want to be able to do not only the basic music, but also do the kind of productions that get you work in the music industry. Alright, I'm working on a song called Atlanta, my Atlanta girl, my ATL girl. We're going to be using this track the whole week to break up different segments, such as the bass line, such as the vocal harmonies, such as the software, FL Studio, such as the mixing, and such as what we're doing right now, which is called a lead instrument. This was really popular back in the 80s. It's beginning to come back into music, but it takes people who are brave enough to bring it back in a new way. So a lot of people say, well, that's played out, or that's not new anymore. But if you do it in a new way, you can bring it back if you have the courage. I'm one of those people who are a leader and not a follower, so I do exactly what feels organic and what seems to be wise to do for the music, so that the music sounds great. It's not about me, it's never about the producer, it's always about the production. Alright? Now, I talked a lot, I usually don't do that, but it's the beginning of the week. This is the first video that my guys on YouTube and my girls on YouTube get for free. And for the rest of the week, all the videos will be up on the Guardiac site. So if you're a S.A.M.M.Y member, you'll get those. So why don't you go over to S.A.M.M.Y, to Guardiac.com, and get a S.A.M.M.Y membership right now. This way you can see the whole week that's ahead of us. It's going to be pretty amazing. Alright, so basically this is a lead instrument. If you want to be able to do that kind of thing, you're going to have to practice, alright? It is not easy. Anyone who tells you music production is easy is not a music producer. It's that simple. It's hard work. You sit down and you get on the piano and you pull that piano up and you begin to play scales. If you don't know the scales, well, then you can come to BEATCLASS.com and learn how to play them. Once you learn how to play them, because again, you see the hands on the screen, so you learn the notes. And this is not just software training. This is actually music production training. Part of being a music producer is actually being a performer. Most of the best music producers, Quincy Jones, even Timbaland, they're musicians. I bet you may have not known that, but maybe you did know that. Okay, so you have to practice music. You got to get up here and play scales and learn the scales. This will give you much more freedom when it comes to writing, and that will make your tracks that much more mature and much more impactful, so people will actually be affected by the music that you write. Alright, let's listen to ATL Girl. I have to come up with a lead part, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the track, and I'm going to listen to my scratch vocal. I have a scratch vocal that I laid down. That's another part of music production. Learn how to sing. Learn how to rap if you're producing rap music. Pete Rock is another example of a great rapper and producer. Alright? Anything that you are going to ask other people to do, you should always be able to do it somewhat yourself, if not very good. Alright, so let me play the track. Here it is. Georgia bound, never stop, 'cause you're sweet like Georgia Brown. And I'm never gonna get me another lady, no. There's no ifs, no buts, no ands, no Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm rehearsing. Okay, one of the things that I do when I produce my tracks is I literally get in the mode of that performance. So if I'm playing a bass line, I actually become a bass player. I jam out. I play 100 bars of just bass licks. Boom, 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 boom. And I play and I play and I play. Meanwhile, I'm recording while my other music is playing. All right. Then I can go ahead and pick the performances that I like the best. I could chop it up and add my own performances. But if you're going to be, I'm of the mindset, if you're going to do something, do it all the way, right? Why do anything halfway? So if I'm going to play I'm going to actually put my whole self into that line. If I'm going to play a guitar line, I become a guitar player. If I'm going to play a saxophone line on my keyboard, I'm going to become a sax player. You know what that means? That means I have to listen to music other than what's out on the radio right now. I have to actually, if I can, play in a band. I was lucky and fortunate enough to have done that since I was a kid. So I played in a band for over 20, 30 years. So after a while, you begin to understand how do horn parts go, how do sax part goes, how do bass parts, how are they articulated, how are vocalists, how do they breathe. All right, the more that you are immersed in this whole world of artistry and performance and understanding how art is created and how it's performed and delivered, the better your music tracks will sound. All right, so I just wanted to give you that little class. It's a lot of talking. I usually don't do that much talking, but I wanted to start bringing those people who are ready to jump out of that whole FL Studio software training, the same old stuff with the slow, long, boring tutorials, and bring you into the real world of music production. And also those people who've been kind of like watching other music producers, but their music is a little outdated and not up to date. I want to bring you into today's world of music production. All right, King David, Dave and Goliath Music. Tomorrow's class is going to be on the bass line, so those who are part of my S.A.M.M.Y membership, you're in for a big treat. We're going to have a great time making bass lines, and this bass line is going to be epic. Alright, so I'll see you there. If you're not a S.A.M.M.Y member, go to guardiac.com today and join. We're going to go ahead and finish out with this music and me playing a little bit. Here we go.